Welcome to Reddit Obsessed.
My girlfriend of 5 years wants to explore her options. Me 22M and my girlfriend 21F have been dating for around 5 years. We are both in college and started dating when she was 16 and I was 17. She was diagnosed with depression and used to talk to a lot of guys when we weren't together. She liked tall and hairy guys and I'm neither, so this experience has brought back my insecurities when I was younger. She recently told me guys were hitting on her in her workplace and that she liked the attention. A couple of months before this didn't exactly say that, but it was something along the lines of that, so I gave her even more attention and tried to please her in that area. She just told me that she wants to explore her options since she's still young. She told me something along the lines of she's unsure if she's gonna regret not exploring her options and how she feels trapped. Asked me how I know I'm not going to regret it either. I thought our relationship was going great. I communicate with her during sex. Ask how she's doing and how I can improve myself in our relationship. She smiled with me, laughed with me. We went out to so many places together that we both picked out. We shop. We have passionate kisses. We have inside jokes. And even though she's not perfect, I still work it out with her because in my mind there's no one I'd rather be with. God, we had so many anniversaries. We gave each other presents every holiday or special occasion. I've been with her through the lowest of lows. It feels like everything we've had together was just a lie, so she could stop being lonely, but I hope that's not the case. I've been running and jogging outside for 2 hours. As of typing this, I'm in my backyard laying on the grass listening to That's All I Got by Justice Xavier. Looking at the sky wondering what I did wrong. I'm crying not knowing if I'm worth loving anymore. I'm angry because I feel so pathetic and worthless. It literally felt like someone stabbed me through the heart. Should I let her go explore her options, whatever that means? Should I fight for our relationship? Should I let her know how I feel? I'm so lost. TLDR. My girlfriend of 5 years wants to explore her options after feeling trapped. Should I fight for our relationship or should I let her go? Comment 1. Absolutely. Well said. When you enter a long-term relationship from such a young age, you begin to question yourself if there are other things in life that could make you even more happy. And this isn't a reflection on you, it's part of growing through the years. This feeling isn't limited to just the young, but it's all the more present as you've just begun your life. 20 feels like everything when you're 20. But it will feel like the blink of an eye in a few years. It's nothing wrong that you did opt, but more on how your partner feels. There are insecurities and doubts that everyone holds. And even if she is happy, the idea of the potential for more is something that will fill her with regret if she doesn't venture down this path. You have to decide what you'll do in the end, as you'll have to live with your choices. But you should let her go and break up. But find a way to do it respectfully and with grace. That's going to be hard to do when you're so emotionally turbulent right now. But if you end it poorly, you will regret it. You obviously care for her and she's been a big part of your life. So it's going to hurt. But if you hang on to her while letting her explore her options, it's going to eat at you and the feelings you had for her will be corrupted and you're going to resent her. Leave on good terms if you can. And if it's meant to be, you will find yourself together again down the road. Or you may not. And that's something you'll have to learn to accept. But you don't want to hold on to something that wants to fly away. Comment 2. Firmly agree with what you said. Take time for yourself up. Live your life. Grow and love as much of yourself as you can. Explore what the world has to offer. My current BF and I, now in our mid-20s. Reconnected after not speaking for 5 years after we dated off and on from 14-15 to 18-19. We both changed and grew up a lot. I worked on myself a lot and got a lot of issues worked out. He reached out for closure. We never stopped talking. Honestly, never thought I'd talk to him again after the 3 years mark and was resolved to keep improving and live a good life without him in it. He moved across the USA to be with me and we've been talking about marriage, kids, our future, etc. However, even if that doesn't happen for you guys down the line, you will find happiness and good things elsewhere. It's going to be hard and painful for a while, but there will be an end to being miserable. Staying in this relationship at the current time will be bad for both of you. Best of luck, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. Next story. Cheating to get a promotion? I put the cheating in quotes because I don't think it's cheating, but my colleagues disagree. I'm in my 30s and everyone involved are between 30 to 50. About 6 months ago, our unit VP announced his retirement by the end of the year, so the company went into search mode. We recently found out our manager will be promoted into the VP position, so now his position needs to be filled. Which brings us to my current situation. I'm single with no kids, so I have no other responsibilities except to myself. I really want this position because it's a visible position and a great stepping stone to my career as seen by my manager's promotion, and it'll almost double my pay. Once we found out about our manager's promotion, I started to take on extra projects and taking work home. I leave work at my normal hours, then work from home until 9 or 10 p.m. Even on the weekends. All of those extra hours have allowed me to take on harder projects that other people turn down and complete more than anyone else. My manager and the VP have noticed and complimented me on my hustle. My colleagues also noticed my increased production. Last week a work friend asked me how I'm able to do all of those projects in 8 hours, and I told her about my nights and weekends. Word got around, and this week during our weekly conference call, my colleagues told me to cut it out. They accused me of cheating because I'm putting in the amount of hours they can't, so I'm skewing the production numbers. I refused and don't think it's cheating at all, and argued they can put in the same amount of hours. Some said they can't because of family time, and others refused to work hours they won't get paid for. We're all on salary. We spent most of the meeting arguing about it. Am I cheating? Edit. I didn't add it to the post because of character limits. My colleagues and I are all supervisors. I have a mentor who's a VP in a different unit, and he's advising me on the promotion process and steps I need to take. He also told me what to expect if I get promoted, so I'm going into this fully informed. Basically, my manager worked about 50 to 60 hours a week because he's always on call. I can go into more details, but it'll just bore you. Feel free to ask and I'll update if I see the same questions repeated. Edit 2. This has been brought up many times. I won't get promoted just because I hustled for a month or two. Management looks over my entire career and time at the company. However, my mentor told me to think of it as having an important project coming up and what will I do to complete it. He said my VP and manager don't expect me to keep up the production but are looking to see who is climbing for the open position. He goes on to say, with everything being equal, skills, knowledge, etc., there is little chance for a person who religiously work only 40 hours to be promoted to a position that requires 50 to 60 hours. Personally, I view the double in pay more than compensate for the increasing hours. Edit 3. There has been questions about my coworkers and the ones who are most against my extra work. The one leading the charge and making the most noise is a lady in her 50s. She's been here the longest. Longer than even our recently promoted manager. We've always had a cordial working relationship, but she's been vicious as of late. We're all supervisors and are on salary. I know some places require sign-in sheets for salary positions, but we don't have such constraint. I do know they audit our computer usage to see how much or little we work. My colleagues and I all submitted our application and CV for the position. There are other applications from other business units within the company, as this is a highly desirable job. Thanks for reading my post and giving me your opinions. I spent the night reading through every one of them. I'll post an update of my status once I find out in a couple of weeks if anyone is still interested. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe.